Glenn Greenwald did a big video calling us out. Jimmy did a video that came out today calling out the right-wing free speech warriors. If you look at my timeline, I got quite a few tweets that did pretty decent calling these frauds out. And I've been calling these people out for quite some time. And one of the examples I give you guys was the BDS laws. How the right wing always was anti-free speech when it comes to Israel-Palestine. And a lot of people are just now realizing this. That's also why it's ridiculous when people say RBN is right-wing adjacent, even though I've been saying right-wing populism is a fraud. That's been a prime thesis of my work, and I tweet about that all the time. But look at this. Right-wing populists as a movement just died. Like, we've been calling it out. A lot of the people who on the right who like my work always get upset when I do, but I'm like, you guys are fraudulent. You guys are not real. What the free speech warriors on the right, the only thing they ever fought for was the ability for white people to say racial slurs on social media. That's always what it was about. Well, this is Ron DeSantis, who just ordered the University of Florida and the University of South Florida to deactivate their Student for Justice in Palestine groups. A rank violation of the First Amendment. And because Ron DeSantis has laws on the book against anti-Semitism. And you guys notice anti-Semitism for them is a way for they can push identity politics the same way they accuse Democrats of doing. Another thing I've called out. What have I said? When people say, man, RBN, you guys always talk about race. What's up with you and RBN on race? I'm like, motherfucker, everybody talks about race and identity politics. The entirety of the right-wing populism is nothing but white identity politics. How many times have I said that? So the same people who decried liberal culture for woke culture, who we also criticize for being fraudulent in a lot of ways, they also engage in the same thing. How many of these right-wingers go write articles, did segments about the rise of anti-white racism? These people believe that anti-white racism is the biggest problem in the world. And then they talk about, oh my God, you guys are anti-Semites because you guys don't want children to be bombed. But then we talk about how the fact that black people are 40% of the homeless population, how black people had the highest medical debt. And then they're like, RBN, stop playing identity politics. Only one of us is actually talking about serious shit here. We talk about the realities and the material conditions of our community. I don't view that as identity politics. I view that as just politics in general. Everyone advocate for the community. And whenever we advocate for our community, people say, oh, we play identity politics. But that's the entirety of the right wing. Even to the point where they just rank abandoning something they market their party on. Here's Nikki Haley, the most unhinged candidate in the race. I'm proud to have been the first governor to sign anti-BDS legislation. If you guys don't know, that's the boycott, divestment, and sanction movement. People who support Palestine, people who support nonviolent resistance. You guys see how they ban nonviolent resistance. That's what BDS is. It's a violation of your First Amendment and your right to boycott as well. So what they saying, you must condemn Hamas, who I don't. You must condemn Hamas because Hamas don't believe in just peaceful resistance. That's why Hamas is bad, CJ. They don't believe in peaceful resistance, meaning dying quietly. But then the people who disagree with Hamas and they engage in peaceful protests, they ban that. You guys see how there's literally no effective way they want people to resist the state of Israel?
They want you to die quietly. They want you to die quietly.
This is the reason why. And this is one of the things that made me turn on Marianne Williamson immediately. When I originally praised her for being for reparations and stuff like that, then I saw her take on BDS, which is like, well, there's some instances where you're going after Israeli businesses, BDS, that could be anti-Semitism. She deleted a lot of these tweets that we covered this before. After that, like, if you speak out against BDS, you are fucking done. Like, there's no justification for that. Because BDS is an effective movement that satisfies your guys' pacifism. You guys understand? The pacifism that you guys weaponize on the Palestinians, that is what they do, and you guys still ban it. So, and now they try and ban students protesting. You think these people don't know what they're doing? You people don't think they know their role? You think these people haven't studied history the way I have? They know what their fucking fathers did. They know what their grandfathers did, and they know what their great grandfathers did. They following their tradition, committed genocide, and spreading propaganda to get people to support genocide.